Call the Owatonna City Council meeting for Tuesday, October 3rd, 2017 to order. Could I have roll call, please?
Councilmember Okerberg.
Here.
Dotson.
Here.
Burbank.
Here.
Rainey.
Here.
Svenby.
Here.
Voss.
Here.
Schultz.
Here.
And Mayor Kuntz. We have all 7 of the council present. The mayor is not.
Would all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, welcome everyone on a beautiful fall night in Owatonna. And I know the Twins start at 7:09, so we'll move right along tonight. First thing is the approval of the agenda, and there are a couple of changes to the printed agenda from last Friday. 2 additions. One is 2.6 miscellaneous item to authorize acceptance of a SHIP grant, and item 3.3.4 resolution 94-17 vehicle restrictions on 15th Street Northeast. So I'd look for approval of the agenda with those 2 changes.
Motion to approve as noted.
Motion by Brent to approve the agenda. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeff. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, or approval, agenda is approved. First thing up tonight is a public hearing on proposed assessments for past due Owatonna public utility accounts. And we'll go for a review, go to Chris for a review of this.
Thank you. Typically, we periodically receive a request from OPU to place certain unpaid utility bills on an assessment in order to collect them. I know that Beth Fondell is here from OPU, and she can maybe describe the process that they go through in order to collect these. So we're at kind of the end of a very long collections process here.
Beth, would you like to come to the microphone and explain that process to us?
Right. Good evening. These customers that are being brought forth to you tonight are still customers of OPU, opposed to past customers that we go through a completely different process to try to collect these delinquent accounts. So for these very limited number of customers, we've exhausted our efforts to keep them current, and at this point it will probably be better for the customers themselves to have these amounts added to the tax roll, and it kind of gives them a fresh start, if you would, with their OPU billing status, and then we can continue on with serving them with their utility needs.
Okay, thank you, Beth.
You're welcome.
Okay, with that, we'll open the public hearing on this matter at 7:05. Anyone who wishes to speak about these proposed assessments, please come to the microphone, state your name and your comments. There appear to be no one here to speak, so I will ask for a motion to close the hearing, public hearing.
So moved.
Motion by Dave to close the hearing. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I heard Jeff. Well, Jeff's getting it.
Jeff gets it.
Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion, or public hearing closes at 7:06. So, follow up to that, we have a resolution on the table, resolution 90-17 to adopt the assessments for the OPU past due accounts. So I look for a
Motion to adopt.
Motion by Jeff to approve resolution 90-17. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Brent. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Beth. Okay, next up, the mayor has 3 proclamations tonight, but if you look over there, you see his chair's empty. So that means we have to do a little work and read his proclamations for him. The first one is for Manufacturing Week, and the proclamation reads as follows. Whereas manufacturing is a dynamic part of Minnesota's prosperous economy, and promotion of this sector's strength, success, and high quality of life is an integral part of Minnesota's economic development strategy. And whereas manufacturing currently provides over 318,000 high-skill, high-wage jobs, which significantly contribute to Minnesota's high standard of living and economic vitality. And whereas manufacturing accounts for 1 out of every 9 jobs in Minnesota. And whereas last year, manufacturing businesses provided an average salary of about 17% more than the state's average annual wage for all industries. And whereas this year, 10 Minnesota companies are listed among Fortune's world's most admired companies. 4 of those companies are manufacturers. And whereas Cybex Manufacturing has been kind enough to host this year's manufacturers celebration in Owatonna. Now therefore, I, Thomas A. Kuntz, Mayor of the great city of Owatonna, do hereby proclaim this week, October 1st through October 7th, 2017, as Manufacturing Week. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the great seal of the city of Owatonna to be affixed this 3rd day of October in the year of our Lord 2017. I, Thomas A. Kuntz, Mayor. And I think there's things that going on tomorrow.
Yes, there's luncheon tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Next up is the 2017 Firefighter of the Year Award, and Kevin, we'll go to you to read that one.
Okay, it reads as follows. Whereas Marlon Kath, better known as Marley, has been selected by his peers as a 2017 Firefighter of the Year. Whereas Marley has served the Owatonna Fire Department for the last 32 years. In 1997, the city began the current Fire Commander program, and Marley was promoted to the position of Fire Commander. And whereas several members of the Kath family have served the Owatonna Fire Department, including his brothers Merlin and Matt. His daughters Karen and Leila were active members of the Fire Explorer program while in high school, and Leila is currently paid on-call resident firefighter. And whereas Marley enjoys participating in fire hall activities and often is the main pot stirrer around the station as he tries to get others riled up on a variety of controversial topics. And whereas the Owatonna Exchange Club will be hosting the 16th Firefighter of the Year banquet next week, October 12th, to honor Marley and all members of the Owatonna Fire Department. Now therefore, I, Thomas A. Kuntz, Mayor of the great city of Owatonna, hereby proclaim Thursday, October 12th, 2017 as Marlon Kath Day. And I call upon all Owatonna citizens to help us celebrate with Marley as he is recognized as the 2017 Firefighter of the Year.
Thank you, Kevin. And
Pardon?
Your version had a bit that mine didn't.
Oh,
We redid it.
And the third one this evening is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Day, October 15th, 2017. And the proclamation reads as follows. Recognizing National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Day, whereas Infants Remembered in Silence, Inc. and many other nonprofit organizations work with thousands of parents all over Minnesota and across the United States who have experienced the death of a child during pregnancy through early childhood. And whereas many of these parents live in, deliver in, have a child die in, or have buried a child in our community. And whereas Infants Remembered in Silence, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, was founded in 1987, 30 years ago, to support parents whose child or children died from miscarriage, ectopic pregnancy, molar pregnancy, stillbirth, neonatal death, sudden unexplained death of a child, sudden infant death syndrome, birth defects, illness, accidents, and all other types of early childhood death. And whereas bereaved parents remember these children annually on October 15th with a candle lighting at 7 p.m. Some will remember their child or children in their homes, while others will remember them in small gatherings around the state and across the nation to unify these parents in tribute to their children. And whereas in 1988, President Ronald Reagan proclaimed October as National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Day, now therefore, I, Thomas A. Kuntz, Mayor of the great city of Owatonna, do hereby proclaim the 15th day of October 2017 to be Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Day, declared this 3rd day of October 2017 by Thomas A. Kuntz, Mayor. And we will make sure the mayor knows we took care of his job for him tonight. Next on the, I'm sorry.
Can I get that proclamation?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were here, so. Would we like to say any words about it, or? Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Next up is the consent agenda, and that's minutes, permits, licenses, boards and commissions reports, department monthly reports, contracts, agreements, and other miscellaneous items, all grouped together for the council to review prior to the council meeting and vote on collectively. I would look for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Kevin to approve the consent agenda. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Doug. Any further comments or questions? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda is approved. Now we'll move on to action items. And the first up is the finance report, and we'll go to Vice President Rainey to read the finance report.
Thank you. Checks over $20,000 tonight are as follows. $56,247 Bob Schutte Masonry, that is for the 2017 sidewalk project. $324,867 to Crane Creek Asphalt, that is for the curb and gutter project along with hot mix. $46,071 James Brothers Construction, that is the Oakwood Lane sanitary sewer project. $24,668 Owatonna Chamber of Commerce, that's the August lodging tax. $69,668 RAW Construction, that is payment number 3 to the North Strait River Trail Project. $67,251 to Hewlin Brothers, that is for payment number 3 on the Lamont Road Project. $359,764 to Wenzel Construction, that is for payment number 3 on the 2017 Street and Utility Project. Other expenditures tonight are $253,985 for a subtotal of $1,202,524. Added on to that is $69,454. That is the HRA Section 8 payments for a total tonight of $1,271,978.96.
Thank you, Kevin. You've heard the finance report. I would look for a motion to approve the finance report.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Nate to approve the finance report. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Finance report is approved. Now we moved on to ordinances. The first one is 3.2.1, the first reading of the proposed ordinance 18-17 to prohibit alcohol in the Archery Park on Elm Avenue. And we'll go to Chris.
Thank you. We have received a request from Park and Recreation to prohibit alcohol in the archery range park. We need to specifically cite the areas that alcohol is not allowed in order for it to be enforceable by the police department. So staff would recommend approval of the first reading prohibiting alcohol at the archery range.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Any questions of Chris on this?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Kevin to approve the first reading of proposed ordinance 18-17.
Second.
Second by Brent. Any further discussion? There being none, this is an ordinance, so I'll have a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Okaberg.
Aye.
Dotson.
Aye.
Burbank.
Aye.
Rainey.
Aye.
Svenby.
Aye.
Voss.
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
All 7 ayes.
So that takes care, this is the first reading, it'll be presented again at our next meeting for its second reading.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. Now I move on to resolutions. First one on the agenda is 3.3.1, Resolution 91-17, forfeiture of delinquent properties at 408 Chestnut Avenue and East Academy Avenue. And Chris.
Okay. We've received a listing of parcels from Steele County Auditor Laura Urke that have become tax forfeited due to non-payment of property taxes. The process that is used is first, these properties are offered to the city to see if we have a public use. The statute defines that as roads, parks, trails, public parking, that sort of thing. Our staff have reviewed these 2 parcels and determined that there is no appropriate public use for them, and we wouldn't, we have to formally say that we do not request them. So we would request approval of Resolution 9117 authorizing the sale of these two properties.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Any questions of Chris on this matter? Now I'd look for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Jeff to approve Resolution 91-17. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Nate. Any further discussion?
Andy, Trulson Park.
There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up is item 3.3.2, Resolution 92-17, to declare cost to be assessed and order preparation of proposed assessments for the 2017 sidewalk project. And Kyle's not here tonight, so Chris, we're back to you again.
I'm just getting them all today. So yeah, our engineering staff is preparing the amounts for the 2017 sidewalk projects. We recommend approval of the resolution declaring the cost of repairs to be proposed as assessments to property owners. The dollar values are being confirmed and will be available at the council meeting. We are asking for the hearing to be set on November 7th.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Any questions of Chris? If not, there's two resolutions. The first one is Resolution 92-17 to declare the cost to be assessed and order preparation of proposed assessments. Do I hear a motion on that?
Motion to approve 92-17.
Motion by Dave. Do I hear a second? Second. Second by Doug. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The second part of that is Resolution 93-17 to set the date for a public hearing of the proposed assessments.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Kevin to approve Resolution 93-17. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeff. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is item 3.3.4, Resolution 94-17, vehicle restrictions on 15th Street Northeast. And we're going right back to you, Chris.
Right back to me. School district has changed the manner in which the buses drop off at the middle school. There is a lot of congestion, and with the private vehicles dropping off in the same area as the buses, the private student drop-off is to be on the north side of the building. School district is requesting the city consider authorizing or restricting the access to 15th Street to residents and school buses during the drop-off time in the morning and the pickup time in the afternoon. They'll place cones and staff necessary to direct passenger vehicles to the appropriate areas in a manner similar to what happens on School Street at the high school. Our budget impact is less than $100 with a few signs to be made, and staff would recommend approval authorizing the restriction.
Thank you, Chris. Any questions of Chris on this?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Jeff to approve Resolution 94-17. Do I hear a second? Second. Second by Doug. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we move on to miscellaneous items. The first one is 3.4.1, approval to purchase a property at 134 East Rose Street. I guess we're going to go to Troy now, the other side of the table.
Unless you want to take it.
Yeah, normally I would, but no.
Okay,
You
I got
go
it.
ahead.
As you know, downtown redevelopment is one of the city council's priorities in their strategic plan. The Housing and Redevelopment Authority continues to pursue opportunities to eliminate and redevelop blighted properties. In this case, the property owner contacted the city about purchasing this property at 134 East Rose Street. This area has potential for redevelopment as there's commercial all around it. The city has a purchase agreement with the property owner contingent on city council approval. The purchase price is $30,000, which will be paid for by the HRA, and the HRA did approve this purchase at their August 28th meeting. The house is a small house built in 1870, has been vacant for many years. The house sits across from the Eagles with Alexander Lumber to the north, and then the gravel lot for Alexander Lumber to the west. It is in a B3 central business district and is in a good location for redevelopment. All expenses, including demolition costs, would be covered by the HRA. Demolition of the house would be contracted out and is estimated to be cost between $15,000 and $20,000. So staff would recommend approval of the purchase of the property at 134 East Rose Street.
Okay, thank you, Troy. Any questions of Troy on this matter? There being none, I would look for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Jeff to approve purchase of the property, 134 East Rose Street. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The last action item tonight is item 3.4.2, website redesign by Civic Plus. And we're back to you, Chris.
Thank you. What we're looking for tonight is approval of a website redesign agreement with Civic Plus. One of our goals in the strategic plan was to improve our website, make it easier to use, make it more up to date. To do that, we formed a website committee. We had representatives from all departments to make sure that we're meeting everyone's needs. We looked at other websites. We interviewed several firms, and after the fairly long process, we selected Civic Plus as the best fit for our community. They specialize in local governments. They've worked with over 2,500 local governments throughout the country. We were impressed with the improvements and the options available. You know, for example, some of the features include an easy to use kind of content management update system, e-payment system, news flash, alert center, a translation feature. So we feel that this new website will improve functionality and accessibility for the public and also be mobile friendly, which our current website is not. So another nice feature of this agreement, it provides for a guaranteed redesign or update in 4 years for no additional cost. So staff would recommend approval. Budget impact is $34,819. There are sufficient funds budgeted in the capital improvement plan. Ongoing hosting fees would be about $5,400 per year.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Any questions of Chris on this matter of the website redesign?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Nate to approve the website redesign by Civic Plus. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Brent. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. That ends our action items tonight. Now we move on to public comments. Anyone who's here in the audience tonight who would like to speak would please come up to the microphone and sign in and try to keep your comments to 2 minutes or less on items not on the agenda. Apparently we have no one here that wants to speak. They're all watching the baseball game. So we'll move on to council comments, and first up is Jeff.
No comment tonight.
None tonight? You want to watch the baseball game?
Yeah, you bet.
Nate?
Nothing, David.
Dave?
Nothing new.
Kevin?
Nothing tonight.
Brent?
Just want to remind everyone that this Sunday, October 8th, is the annual chili and wild rice feed at the fire station, and it is a kickoff to Fire Prevention Week. So
Yep.
that's from Sunday from 4 to 7 at the fire station.
Thank you, Brent. Doug?
Twins are up 3-0 already.
Are they really?
That's a good sign, so. And the mayor's not here, so Chris, you had anything to say tonight?
Just another reminder to please vote for Owatonna, Best Minnesota Town, bestmin.com, bestmintown.com. We're behind, so we need to get our votes out there. It goes through October 13th. So please vote for us.
Thank you for that reminder. So I have nothing tonight, so I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Kevin to adjourn. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Nate. I know there's no discussion, so all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're done.